trying to change yourself creates more changes in your life that you need to change. Uh, in spirituality, all spiritual teachers basically say one thing, that there is nothing wrong with you. What you are right now, there is nothing wrong with it. It is just favorable or unfavorable. Is it what you want to experience right now or not? But what you are being right now, whatever problems, whatever things that you don't like, there is nothing wrong with them. They are just some things or some experiences that you don't want to experience right now. For example, you are overweight a little bit and you want to experience a slim version of you. So you don't condemn this version of you. It is perfect in its own right. Because from the book Seth, the eternal validity of the soul, it is an entity like if I don't know if you know Abraham Hicks, but it is an entity that spoke through Seth, that spoke through Jane Roberts. Seth is the name of the entity, and it talked about it. They wrote a book together. The entity dictated to Jane Roberts that there are endless versions of you. There are parallel realities, and even in Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeland, another a very amazing book about manifestation and how reality works, talks about the exact same thing. Neville Goddard talks about the exact same thing, that there are unlimited versions of you, states of you that exist parallelly right now in another plane of existence. And you, your soul, the real you, not this body, not these problems, not what you are right now, the real you has a choice. Every single second, every single moment, every single now moment, you have a choice. What do you want to be? What ideal do you want to choose? What state you want to choose? So just choose your ideal version and start to live there mentally. That I am slim, I love myself, I am getting shape, I see more and more changes within me. You affirm it in gently. You don't need to force and believe like that. Some people can do that, but you don't have to force it. You just have to be gentle about it. So the moment you stop condemning the version of you that you don't like, or the problem that you have that you don't like, financial troubles, SP troubles, right, that you don't like, as soon as you stop condemning it, this version starts to go away, withers away, because it doesn't have your attention anymore. It is all about attention and choice. Since creation is finished, all versions of you, different versions of you, exist right now. I know this is esoteric knowledge and it cannot be proven unless you practice it, and it will prove in itself in performance. Neville Goddard talked about the same thing. He taught people and then told them, apply it. Don't be the hearer of the words, be the doer of the word. So apply it and it will prove itself in performance. So what I'm talking about, parallel realities might not be provable through science right now, but it is something that I've experienced in my personal life. I am entirely different man than I was a year ago. And some of the things I cannot even recognize of the personality of me a year ago. It seems like a completely different reality. Similarly, if you get into a different mindset, a rainy day might upset you, but another day you have a different mindset, you're in a good mood, you're in a happy, a rainy day will look gorgeous to you because your internal state is different. So when you change your internal state, the outer world appears different. It starts to change. You attract that parallel reality with whom you're mentally connected now. So for example, this is the version of you who has financial issues, or this is the version of you who does not have his or her SP, and this is the version of you who has what you want. Now, as long as you condemn this version, as long as you associate with this, you will continue to stay in this reality or even worse realities, right? For example, my SP didn't text me today. Probably they will never text me. I am unlovable. So, for example, you were lovable here, but now you say I'm not even lovable. So you go into even worse parallel reality where you are even even other people will not start to find you loving, right, or attractive. But this doesn't happen like one time, right? You think of, oh, I'm unlovable, and that. No, it's habitual thought. It is your consistent attention to something, like I am broke, I always have financial issues. I hear this from a lot of people. They say that I just can't, I don't think I'm talented enough, I don't think I will ever get out of this financial problem. You see, the answer is exactly in their assumption. They assume that they will never get out, so they never get out. Somebody says that I don't think my SP will ever love me back. Well, here is your answer. You are keeping this parallel reality into focus simply because you keep giving it your attention. And Vadim Zeland talks about in reality transurfing that there are endless parallel realities that you can choose in every single moment. The reason our life does not drastically change is because our thought pattern is quite similar to each moment to moment. So I know I am Adil and I do certain things and I like certain things. This personality of mine doesn't change drastically. So the parallel reality shifts very subtly and we don't even see the big difference. But what Neville Goddard talks about is imagination. When you imagine something, immerse in it fully, you are so lost in it that you believe it to be true. Now, in that moment, you have shifted your mentality, your personality to such a degree that your desire comes into being and the drastic reality shift occurs. Your reality shifts dramatically. This is what Neville Goddard calls the bridge of incident, and you're like, you completely change. That's the thing. Reality does not change. You change, then reality shifts to match who you are becoming now. What you are paying attention to. And Seth in the Eternal Validity of the Soul talks about the exact same thing, that this existence is infinite and there are infinite versions of you all existing right now, and it's your choices in moment to moment that decide what will you be in the coming moments. So when we try to change ourselves, when we resist something that we don't like, when we don't like our life and so on, what we are doing is we are feeding into this reality. How can it has your complete attention, so it will not change or it will go to worse. This is why people who get into financial troubles have this lower vibration. They condemn themselves for, let's say, they condemn themselves, they feel unworthy and not good enough, that I can't earn. Then they start to have relationship problems as well, because they are in low vibration, they are in a low mental state, so they attract more problems in other areas of their life. So worse and worse and worse parallel lines. And I have seen it enough times, and in my personal life as well, when life goes bad, you start to have health problems as well. Your health starts to get worse. It keeps on going and going into bad and bad and bad. But all we have to understand is that we have to stop fighting with this reality that we are observing. It is perfect in its own. I know that you don't like it. I know it is unfavorable, but there is nothing wrong with it. In the grand scheme of things, there are infinite realities and all of them are perfect. God or universe or infinite intelligence does not do imperfect work. Everything is perfect. It is just your choice and your preference. What do you want to choose? What life do you want to live? So the version of you with all its problems and issues and whatever there is nothing wrong with it. Stop saying that there is not something wrong with it. Just lift your attention away from it and put your attention on the reality or the version of you that you want to be. For example, my SP does not love me. You just lift your attention from your SP for a while. You say just, I love myself. I will treat myself good. I will work out. I will go eat. I will focus on my career. And I know I'm a lovable, worthy person. You just encourage these ideas day to day. You don't have to believe like this again. No, you just have to encourage. Repetition will shift you from this reality to this. Otherwise, the other method is, of course, Neville Goddard's method, the imagination method. The reason it is so powerful is when you are in sleepy, drowsy state, your old story or your personality is almost dead. Your conscious mind is dead. So when you imagine in that time, you are so entirely immersed in that other version of you, because remember, when you are imagining as the wish fulfilled, right? So that version of you is completely different from who you are right now. And when you fully immerse in it, when you really do it, you change so dramatically that this reality immediately falls away. So you have two choices. Either you gradually change yourself with inner talking, with encouraging your new version, and removing your attention from this current problem, current version, or whatever, or you can do the Neville Goddard method. Every method is basically the same thing, is lifting your attention from the problem, putting your attention on the solution, lifting your attention from the unwanted version of you, current problem, putting your attention on the wish fulfilled, that I have what I want. You get aligned with the version of you and that reality of you that has the desire, and then you let go of it. This automatically falls away. All you have to do is shift your attention, pull it off, put it on the right direction, and stop condemning this, start appreciating this. Stop putting your attention here, start putting your attention here, right? And just gradually and gently, get closer and closer to your ideal version. And I assure you, this will prove in performance. As Neville Goddard says, this esoteric knowledge proves itself in performance when you truly apply it. When you truly apply it, there really are infinite versions of you. And I have experienced it personally, that I have things that used to trigger me so bad that I would lose sleep over at night because of them, now no longer trigger me. Even if they do trigger me, I let them be, I experience the emotion, and then I lift my attention off of them. I say, I'm not interested. I'm just not interested in this. I have an ideal version, and I am that version. I'm aligning with the version of me that I want to be. It's my choice. So you do exact same thing. You choose what you want to be and then stick to it. And the biggest missing piece of the puzzle that most people miss is that they try to fix themselves. They try to fix a version that they don't want to live, rather than choosing a version that they want to be, right? When you are trying to fix a version that you don't want to live with, you create that version, you keep your attention on that version, so you get more and more problems to fix. And this work never gets done. So no need to fix yourself. Self-concept, I don't even worry about self-concept, limiting beliefs. I used to try to flip them. I no longer flip them. I no longer try to flip my thoughts. I just drop them. I'm like, I'm not interested. There's the version of me that I want. I'm sticking to it, and things just shift to show me and prove my assumption in performance. The reality in the world around me shifts. And this is it for this video. Until next time, bye.